They will at least get the benefit of bringing down Dignitas' blue buff at the expense of their own.
That's right, but on the other side, Trickstank was able to secure the speed of the other side. So Heroin defended their own speed and they lose it. Cubo Fred, though, with a chance to solo BaRRaCCuDDa at the start of the game, catches him at the purple buff for first blood.
Because this is unconventional now. Bear has been so accustomed in the first 2 games.
And what I love about this is that you're still getting the RDO against the King Arthur, the matchup that you wanted, but you also let Variety be on an aggressive warrior like he likes. So they're getting the best of both worlds. But they have to be careful. Anister's lurking, blinks in, and now Variety's slowed. A nice 2-man root comes out from Trix, but it's not good enough. A great gank from Andy nets him a kill.
Spacestation got to be careful, though, not to overextend their welcome, because the boys of Dignitas are already making their way on over. Cubo blinks in onto Anister, and Andy, he just has no mana.
He has no way back out. Argus comes down. Heroin gets the answer back. It's a 1-for-1. Solo lane Variety gets traded out for jungler Anister.
But it was so much. It took them so long to bring down Variety. Spacestation will be able to get the left mid Harpies, but Vanania was definitely hoping for a better punish like the one Cubo's looking for right now onto Aquarius. That's the way you want to see your Ratatosker ganks go.
Exactly what you want, and now Dignitas are showing
each other's play styles pretty fully at that. Anister, Jeff Finland, Aquarius, though, looking to defend this blue buff. Nice flop onto Trickstein to get things going.
The buff was taken successfully, but what about the kill on the back end? Trickstein does get a little bit of healing, but he's incredibly low. Anister will clean him up, but Argus came through to wreak some havoc. Cubo Fred wants Aqua on the back end, who turns around, finds the cripple, and that's enough to set up a double kill for Andy, though Variety punishes on the back end, and now Heroin gets another kill. So it ends up being 2-for-2 overall. Dignitas cleanly disengaged. They've baited out Changeling a very long cooldown.
Oh, Venenu had no idea that the Cubo would be there waiting to meet him around the corner, but he still had that Ratatosker ultimate available. He'll be able to get to safety, and now Andy in big baby form should make it out okay, possibly.
He does get rooted though, and I don't know if he has enough mana to make his way out. He gets rooted and locked down, and that sets up Cubo Fred for the kill. Trickstank will connect, and Jeff Hinley goes down. That's 2 in favor of Dig, which they're certainly here in time for. In fact, they can go right from this to the Gold Fury, and that's the call. Argus has already been dropped. It can start tanking it, and the Gold Fury being bursted, and Space Station can't be around this. They're nowhere nearby. That's a clean win for Dig yet again.
Space Station, though, they're going to try to...
This is good.
Put a band-aid over the bleeding and pick up the Pyromancer, but with Variety and now Cubo Fred up into the air, they're going to have to drop this Pyromancer, and they might lose Jeff in the process.
Jeff Hinley's low, but they had the belt and the turnaround from Aquarius, but I don't even know if the kill was that important. They just need to get them...
Aquarius is under extreme amounts of pressure from Cubo, from Variety, from Trickstank. Just like Venenu's in extreme pressure right now, but looking for the kill onto Trickstank. Wow. Dashes in to the T1 tower line, taking a couple shots forward, and Jeff will finally be able to clean up this Zardio with the Belch.
A heavy commit, but they do find the kill, and Venenu is able to disengage using the Ratatosker ultimate, and that is finally just 1 clean pick in favor of Space Station, though it takes a heavy commit. I think Trickstank didn't expect them to be that willing to dive to kill him.
It was Aquarius alive because a lot of their past game successes have come off the back of Aquarius being ahead in solo.
Exactly. Aqua really turned into a win condition for this team last year, and I think he earned that title of being, you know, one of the ways they can win games. But it does feel like Space Station have a hard time zooming out. We'll hold the thought that was Aqua certainly dead. The rotation heavily favoring Dignitas. Heroin and Trickstank get there too soon, but it feels like they have a hard time zooming out to look at the big picture sometimes on the Space Station squad.
Dignitas just made it so blatant in Game 1 that they wanted to spend all of their time camping Aquarius, and I'm just surprised to see Space Station still being willing to try and contest that instead of looking to be proactive on the opposite side of the map, because I think that's how you really alleviate the solo lane pressure, is you put Ataraxia under fire.
Jeff Hinla falls on the right-hand side. Even with the horrific emblem expended solely onto Variety, he gets hunted down, and that sets up 2 kills and a tier 1, and very likely the tier 2 on right. They do pay for it with the tier 1 and left as BaRRaCCuDDa kept pushing, but now they've got some help. RDO makes the rotation from Trickstank, Ataraxia here as well, and they might even have a chance to turn this around. Up into the Colossal Fury goes Andy, but he's not very tanky at all, and he falls quickly. Rotation comes in for Venenu. He has the stun, but Ataraxia has Aegis. That keeps him alive, and now a chance for the turnaround.
BaRRaCCuDDa, he's already out of range. Trickstank just barely managing to keep his Hunter alive. So much committed from Space Station and with no return other than losing their own jungler.
He did indeed lose a kill.
Dedicated. Sure. But RDO and she just cripple fields, just like this.
Exactly
Jeff Hinla's
right.
stuck, and he's sitting almost dinner for variety, but he's going to actually make it on out of there.
This is a nice turnaround, a chance for him to punish Variety, but Andinster melts like butter in a skillet. Nowhere for him to go. BaRRaCCuDDa had them out in archery and wants the turnaround, but suddenly a Trick Stink appears, and that keeps the fight going. Aqua has made it in, and he's trying to bully out Variety, but now he's isolated. Aqua, can you make the 1v4 happen? He certainly can. Herwin gets that one. Cubo Fred takes BaRRaCCuDDa, and Dignitas have all the answers.
Executioner putting in work right there, by the way, for the King Arthur. And again, this is all Dignitas the entire set, Finch.
Yes.
It just feels like the second space station seemed like they might be in a winning position for any form of setup. All of Dig is immediately there to respond. It just never truly feels like Space Station are given a chance to have that comeback potential because of seems to be coming from these Phoenixes. I don't think that they'll fare very well underneath their T2 towers, not with how far ahead Dignitas are right now in terms of itemization, but they're looking to take the battle anyway.
They don't even have Aqua here. He's still in the jungle, but they don't need him. Venenu finds ABAJO very early on. Cubo Fred surveys the fight from on high, comes down and finds the knockup onto Aqua, but the response from Ven. Now he's up on the tree. He's looking for a target himself, and he'll pick the front line. He lands on top of Trick's tank, but Hera's now joined the fray. Argus comes in, and that means Cubo Fred can take Venenu.
Flop, I don't think, even if it had landed, would have saved the life of Venenu, and right now it's all about escaping Variety. No one wanting to get into execute range for that fatal strike. Meanwhile, Aquarius doing all he can to stay alive, but unfortunately, there's no chances of living through 5 different members of Dignitas.
No, he hasn't been able to get nearly as much value as King Arthur. Maybe in lane, in the 1v1 against Variety, it's been okay, but in the team fights, it hasn't been able to stack up. And now with 4 members up against 3, Dignitas are going to push right into this Phoenix. A little bit more aggressive than we've seen from them this set, but so far it's working. Jeff Hinla's push forward, doesn't get executed by the Fatal Strike, but is still low. ABAJO's ultimate turns out the light, and now they can take down the Phoenix.
Andinster, though, sitting around 30% health, but it's Trick Stink who's going to be the first to fall. That Phoenix was sitting on 1 HP for a pretty second there, but I believe because the other 2 games, the leads were just way too far out in front for a Space Station to do anything about it, but just behind the back gank now coming out of BaRRaCCuDDa and go. Variety toss up into the air. Big baby form is good. Variety looking to be the first to fall, and sure enough, Andinster will help defend that T2 tower alongside of the other members. Oftentimes, Dignitas get what they're after anyway because they usually find a pick onto Jeff Hinla while he's peeling for his carries.
That's right. Whoever it is that's the furthest forward, Andinster oftentimes too has been the target, as he's not particularly tanky. Variety battling Venenu and Aqua, and has Venenu very low to the stun, allows Venenu to reposition and get back to the fountain. ABAJO can't find the push on the right-hand side either, so the right side Phoenix still stands, but they're in perfect position for the mid Phoenix as soon as it spawns to start burning it down. Aqua has a target in the air. Cubo Fred does end up low, but mid Phoenix is already gone.
Trick Stink, though, just gets deleted from the mid lane, and Space Station now feeling a little bit more confidence in their win here.
Yeah.
Trying to get Cubo Fred, but he's up into the air at the same time as Venenu.
And that means not much value will come out from the Changeling ultimate. BaRRaCCuDDa, the target on the backside. Beads and Aegis have both already been burned, and Variety comes in for the cleanup crew. A double kill for the solo laner as he finds the execute. Now they'll look for the reset on Aqua in the backline. Herwin finds the 3rd, and Dignitas now 4 against 2. Only Venenu and Jeff Hinla are still standing to try and defend.
Just not sure that it'll be possible for Venenu to defend against Cubo Fred and all that pressure. Hurry win for good measure, gonna help bring down Venenu in the end here. It is 1 Jeff Hinla against the world right now, and the world is Dignitas, and they're gonna take it.
What